Okay, I had to reread this note. Over 30,000 sets of this new set sold since January 29th.
It's on fire.
What is this? This is like a week later? 30,000 of these already gone.
You can't hold the Spurtle down, Carolyn, and it's lovely to see you today.
Thank you. I love you, Lucinda. I love
too.
Spurtles. I was just talking to somebody about how much we love Spurtles. I mean, it was David.
It's the hardest working tool in your kitchen.
They're awesome. Okay, so what is a Spurtle? Well, some have slots. Some don't. There's a new itty bitty skinny Spurtle, is that right?
Yes, a slim Spurtle. But quickly, let me just tell you, this is a 500-year-old tool that was originally made in Scotland, not this one. And I discovered an heirloom tool, and then I started making them on my television show. I was using it all the time, and people started writing in and saying, what's that elongated wooden spoon thing you keep using for everything? So I decided to make my own Spurtles, the Mad Hungry Spurtle, because it scrapes, it stirs, it smashes. We're going to scoop right now.
Well, and you know, Lucinda knows her way around the kitchen. She worked for a long time with Martha Stewart at the Test Kitchen. She's got her own Mad Hungry brand of cookbooks and delicious things. So this is something that oh, that's okay.
Always a little mess in the kitchen.
That's something that you decided, this looks like a great idea. I'm going to bring this back.
And you know why? Because I like a tool that does multiple things, right? So you saw the original Spurtle, and this is the slotted Spurtle, which you can see is the same idea, only it's slotted. So I thought, well, if I can already stir and smash and scrape, why not be able to also whisk?
Right, and you can.
So I just add another function to this wonderful tool, and I use it every single day.
Fantastic.
For my eggs. You could use the regular Spurtle, but when I have the slotted around, I can just do it all in one fell swoop. Instead of going and grabbing another tool, a whisk, and then getting the wooden spoon, it's just all one tool, and here you go.
So while Lucinda's getting the eggs going, let me quickly show you your choices, because we're already busy and people are already buying more than one set. So let's show you. Down here, you're getting 4 pieces. So you're getting the original Spurtle. Here we go. Thanks, guys. Original Spurtle, slotted Spurtle. This is the shorty Spurtle for peanut butter jars, which I love. I use that for everything. And then new is the skinny, slim Spurtle. So you get all 4, red handles or black. There's the nude. Actually, we call that natural, a la natural.
Yes.
Then we have the blue ones. We have teal, which is like a robin's egg. And then that's a new color. And then coral on the very end is also brand new. So you get all 4 pieces for a less than $20 bill.
So you can see that right now I'm doing my scrambled eggs and I'm getting right into the corners and I'm not scratching my beautiful pan. You spend all this money on your nice pans and you don't want to scratch them and get them all, you know, or use plastic that melts. So I go back to my original. My mom says, I love a tool that makes sense. So for instance, with the oatmeal, or if you're making a custard or whatever you're making, if you go down here, it gets right down into the corner of the pan. And you get so much more area in which to work. And that's the beautiful thing about the Spurtle. You don't know you need it until you have it, and then you can't live without it.
Well,
you know that.
And I use it all the time because it doesn't scratch my pans, and it gets into the nooks and crannies that other tools do not.
And look at this. I don't want to go grab a strainer. Why don't I just use it to strain out liquid? I do that with water. Sometimes I'm over here and I'm making, you know, how many times do we brown ground meat? For chili, for so many things. It presses down beautifully, and then when you want to get that fat out, again, you just hook it on the side and pour the fat out.
And I think it browns the meat faster because you can break it up.
And that's the biggest thing. I'm always
doing.
It's
a time saver, right?
For my big family, you know, the Mad Hungry family, I am browning tons of meat all the time. And speaking of the Mad Hungry family, let's give some love to Little Spurt.
I like Little Spurt.
Now, if you have a cook in your family, a little cook helper, a daughter or a granddaughter or a niece, this is the one you can give them for their very own. And for Valentine's Day, if you have a cook friend in the kitchen.
I think Little Spurt is the best one to fit into jars.
Well, in this size jar, and also, having been a Mad Hungry mom for so long, I didn't have this when I was making peanut butter sandwiches in one schmear.
Look at that. One schmear.
One schmear.
Same thing with a bagel. I love it.
One schmear. Now, I'm going to show you, let's do a little bagel here. And the same thing with cream cheese, you know, when you're in a hurry. But, you know, a lot of people asked for a slim spurtle.
Okay.
And I get it. And so we made this little slim spurt or skinny spurt or whatever you want to call it. But it means that you can get into these jars like this, right?
Or the tomato paste.
That's right. Oops. Things are rolling around today, Carolyn. Okay, and then you can, because there are times you don't want that giant smear, right?
It's more like a knife.
Exactly. I mean, when you're doing butter, for instance, I put this on my butter, my little butter tray, and you just want a little bit. And the thing is, it's not a knife. It's not designed to be a knife. It's designed to spread.
I love that for cupcake frosting.
Well, we have, speaking of which, we have some cupcakes and we have some mini cupcakes.
Oh, goody.
But let me show you one little thing that this does.
By the way, we're busy. Frank, how many now? Close to 800 sets ordered. A lot of people are picking up more than one natural, and red are the most popular. Go ahead.
Well, for your Valentine in the kitchen, you can't do better than this. And trust me, people are going to try to steal your Spurtle. So you got to have an extra set.
There are Spurtle thieves among us.
One day when I was in the test kitchen at Martha Stewart, where I worked for so many years, I was doing something with the slotted Spurtle, and then I realized, oh, maybe I can also separate an egg. And if I can separate an egg,
look at that.
Then that's another function I have. Look at that, right? And I'm telling you, what I love about any tool in the kitchen, whether it's a pan or it's a tool, I like it to work hard and do as many things as possible.
Yeah.
So going back to our little Spurtle, and just picture your little helper in the kitchen with you, and you have you could either have a tiny
little cupcakes with just the right amount of frosting.
Exactly, you could do that. And then the other thing you can do is you can also use the big one.
And that's great as a frosting spreader on cakes.
Yeah, and also, again, if you're in a hurry and if you're making it for a bake sale or you're making it for the school sale or something like that, you've got to really get moving and get stuff done.
Right.
So
they're just, again, once you have these, you'll wonder how you ever got along without them.
And here, going back to the original Spurtle, we should also mention this beautiful acacia wood, Carolyn, because it's like nature's thumbprint.
It never gets splintery.
And every single piece is different. And what I love about that, yes, thank you. What I love about that is that it's like an heirloom tool that you can, it's your own. So no two are the same, but they're all beautiful. Now here's a technique in baking called folding, and normally you'd use a rubber spatula.
Okay.
But when you use the Spurtle, and you go in here to fold. So to fold, you want to keep as much air as possible. And then you also want to incorporate the cream. You get way more surface area to work with the Spurtle.
I love it.
So whether you're baking or you're cooking or whatever you're doing, I laughingly use the Spurtle for things like scraping my windshield when it's icy. But right now we're in the kitchen. So this is another little beautiful use for the original Spurtle.
I mean, I have them in a drawer with a lot of other tools, and the other ones never even get used.
Well, that's the point.
I just always grab the Spurtles out all the time.
Or if you have a crock next to your stove that's crammed with 10 things. We had a lovely caller the other day that said she moved in with her boyfriend, and she ditched all his stuff and just used Spurtles in hers. So here we are, we're just trying to get some anchovies out for the salad, and we don't want, how many times are you just always looking around for the perfect tool?
Yeah.
So little skinny Spurtles in the collection now,
Fantastic.
And a beloved member of the family.
I love it. So again, guys, can we show the colors in the front? You're getting 4. This is the first time we've done a set of 4. Super popular. She was debuted this with David, I guess.
Yes.
And 30,000 sold, plus a whole bunch more today. So there's the natural, very popular. There's also the one with the blue handles, the one with the turquoise handles. That's called teal. It's like a robin's egg. There's the new coral. Isn't that pretty? There's also red ones as well. So please stay in the ordering process for these. You will absolutely love them.
Yeah, and the other benefit of this beautiful wood is that it's got natural oils that repel oil, water rather. So they really hold up nicely.
And hand wash.
You hand wash them.
Don't put these in the dishwasher,
Not a
you guys.
good idea.
Yeah.
So here I am with my cake batter. I've already done, I've whisked my dry ingredients together. And now here I am with my wet. Still one tool.
These are great. Oh my gosh, what a great foodie gift. One for you, one for somebody you love, great for your adult
one
kids.
For your closet,
yeah,
to give away later.